everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Honeybee Podcast, Season 3, Episode 10. My name is Warren.
And I'm Jay.
I'm Juan. I'm Juan.
So, how was everyone? How was your weekend? Hope it was well.
I mean, we were
It was
all
nice
here.
and warm.
Yeah. It's been less than 24 hours since we've seen each other.
Shut up. That's not the point. I wasn't talking to you guys. I was talking to people.
But you're going to be talking to us.
Yeah, so how's everyone feeling about the virus that we're probably going to die from?
I'm pretty sure we're fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have it. I mean,
Like, it's just like the flu. So it's like...
It's a flu.
It's a just worse flu. And if
Yeah.
you're young and healthy like we are,
you have nothing to worry
then we're
about.
fine.
And
Yeah.
I've seen this thing roaming around Twitter. It's like the more you masturbate, the higher your immune system is or something.
Oh, I've been on that.
Oh.
I've been on
Oh
that,
my
son.
God, so maybe that's why I never get sick, like, ever. Because I'm just constantly masturbating. Like, so those on YouTube, you could see me currently masturbating.
He's got a third arm. Actually, he's using his feet. That's why we don't show the underneath the table. God, please help me.
He's making me do it.
Wait, with his feet?
I'm confused.
I'm always...
Power of science. Anyways.
With my feet, I use his feet to
Finish the
Anyway.
It's been 2 minutes in and we already started talking about jacking off.
It's because he brought up the coronavirus, dude. The fuck? What did you expect?
I don't know. So there are like a lot of offices that are mandating work from home, and then it's kind of cool because like they're taking precautions, and then everyone gets to work from home.
Yeah. I mean, we're also declared a state of emergency kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Westchester's technically considered the epicenter of New York, of the.
Is it really?
Yeah. Of the
Haha, we're not
epidemic.
upstate now.
Yeah.
We're the middle bitches. What
Yeah.
you want?
Since like the first one broke out New Row, and then just spread from there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Oh,
Westchester.
I forget New Rochelle is part of Westchester.
Yeah.
Westchester.
Westchester's the epicenter of the AIDS epidemic.
No, that's
No,
the gays.
Wrong. Oh, all right.
According to Nixon or whoever the fuck was president back then.
I think it was Lincoln. Yeah. So there's your Heineken update.
Sam Adams disease.
Same thing. they're all relevant. So as always, this is gonna be one of those random episode podcasts. And I just want to start off with, I'm glad that pretty much everyone in our group grew up poor, and like, so like we could understand like the struggle of
Being
being
poor.
and like really valuing, like putting
we
a value
have.
to things. Yeah, like being able to like not be
We don't take things for granted for what their like price value is.
Yeah, that
and,
thing.
like what we have access to or what we get.
yeah, well that guy's and like none of us are like super spoiled, so like we demand more than we think we should deserve, type of thing.
I'm gonna claim all your belongings, Jay.
What belongings?
There you go.
Your broken trunk statue.
I can't even claim that shit anymore. It's fucking broken.
That's why we want to claim it, because we want the broken.
We want the broken.
Well, I'm here, so you got it.
He is the statue.
I'm
Yeah.
the broken.
It's just I just see like a random like stuff around of people being really like uptight and like annoying because like they think they deserve the world because of how they were raised.
You see that Twitch streamer that was like,
That shot the gun.
well, that too. That shit was
Oh.
hilarious. But that girl who was like, I've been streaming for like 8 whole hours today and nobody subscribed today. This is some bullshit or whatever.
No, I haven't seen
And
that.
I was like,
I haven't seen that.
yeah. I'm surprised he didn't. It's a pretty big clip that was going around for a while.
No, yeah, I've heard of that. The guy who shot the firearm live on
he
Twitch.
was fucking dumb.
For those who aren't aware, there was this guy who was, I'm pretty sure he was drunk. I'm not
Was
sure
he
if
drunk?
he was. I don't know.
Drunk?
But he was just talking about like someone in chat was saying how like berating him how he doesn't have any money or whatever, and he's like, oh, you don't think I have money, and you tell me I don't have money, and then he picks up a firearm, like a loaded firearm, and he's like playing with it. You're like, how are you gonna tell me I don't have any money? And then he accidentally fires it off, and he's just like, oh fuck,
shoots into his wall.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure he got banned because like obviously that's pretty fucked up to do on a live stream. And then people are complaining that he shouldn't be banned for that and everything. And then there's like the Twitch girls who are like, you guys are complaining about our titties being out, but then you're complaining about someone putting actual real lives in danger. What did my titties do to hurt you?
And half the time, their titties aren't even out.
Yeah, it's just cleavage.
Yeah, they're
people
just
are incels and don't know how to handle a beautiful woman.
Girl.
And them talking to them like, hi, Twitch
Warren.
username, and they're like, hi, Warren, how are you? I'm like, I nutted. And then they start foaming from the mouth. Or is that just me?
Is it? I was gonna say, are they you or?
No, it's like third person, you know?
Yeah.
Talking about like the other, it's me. But yeah, going back to going back to going up porn shit. Oh shit! What was I gonna say?
He don't remember. He's too fucking 1% now.
I guess I can add something while you're thinking.
Yeah.
Of what you're saying. A lot of what do you call it? I guess foreigners that come, or what's the word? Immigrants, people that come here.
Dirty immigrants.
A lot of the times they'll work and they'll spend money on bigger value things, but a lot of the times they don't have the opportunity to do that back at wherever they originally were from.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, oh, you're wasting your money. That's such a stupid thing. But to them, that's kind of like
living the fucking dream.
Yeah, it's like an accomplishment for them. Like, I wouldn't have had the chance to actually do this back at home. Like for Filipinos, I haven't met a lot of people like Filipinos that are like this, but supposedly it happens a lot in like, I guess, California, or like people that are nurses, because
all Filipinos are nurses.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
For some reason, a lot of my family aren't. Yeah,
you guys say that. Every Filipino I know is not a nurse. Yeah. Nothing
That's
close to a nurse.
That's because all the Filipinos you know are American Filipino, and they rebel against their parents as becoming nurses.
Yeah. But like those people that are from the Philippines, they come here and they're nurses. They're all like, I got my Louis Vuitton, I got my Burberry, I got my Gucci. Like they like to flaunt it, but at the same time, like I can't feel too bad for them or get too mad at being that way. Because it's kind of like their way to be like, look, I
finally made it.
I don't live in a mud hut anymore, guys.
Yeah. My dad lived in a mud hut for a little bit.
My mom did too.
I mean, that was new as a mission.
Okay. But yeah, and like, when they finally like, they still like, even once they come into money, they still understand the value of how much it's worth, so they don't go too crazy and buying all this crazy shit, or hopefully they don't. Yeah. And then they still understand like things like will be expensive. Like when they look at a price, they're like, oh shit, that's expensive. I'm not buying that. I'm gonna buy the fucking cheap ass store brand product because it's cheaper, type of thing.
Yep. And
like it also like this like kind of brings like, oh my god, I just stuttered all over my words.
I was like,
you can do it. I believe in you.
This is also related to like being like sort of being like growing up ugly, because like because you know how like people like really like attractive people get like treated differently, I guess.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
People like always like try to get closer to them because they're like fucking beautiful and they just want to try to get with them, while like other ugly people, we have to work for that. we have to work for those
relationships. Yeah. This is bullshit.
Yep.
We have to work for it. We have to be funny. We have to have a personality. We can't just have good looks and everything.
Dude, I hate those videos of like I was gonna say of girls, but it's of anybody, of dudes or chicks that are on like social media, and they are they're just like looking into the camera, and like that's it. That's the video.
And then they get like 1 million views or something.
And it's just like they're serving looks to the camera. I'm like, Do you know what kind of fucking good-looking privilege this is?
Yep.
This is some bullshit.
Yep.
If I did that shit to a camera, everyone would be like, "Get this nigga off Twitter!" Like, who the fuck
Or
gave him a phone?
Scroll.
Exactly.
That's
Or I
it.
get ignored or blocked or some shit, muted.
Reported.
But yeah, and then it's because I heard this on a podcast of they were like going around the table of asking the like what was their like hardest struggle growing up, and one of them said being too pretty. I was like,
Excuse me?
I was like, bitch, what? She was like, no, hold on, let me get into it first. And she was like, it's because people will always try to become my friend because I'm hot, not because they actually want to get to know me.
care about
and then
it,
I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
So
I was
it's
like,
best to be like medium.
So be
hot.
ugly.
medium. medium.
So-
hot.
Problem solved.
yeah, so be ugly so you know that people that hang around you actually like you, not because you look good.
I don't know about that.
Find yourself a hot pot of water and put your face in it. Done. You're good.
Okay.
Then no one can avoid your personality.
All right.
I think they're just gonna avoid you for doing that.
But yeah, it's possible. That's a one way to go at it.
Don't do that, by the way. Just keep
No,
looking
you
pretty.
probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel like pretty people have life a lot easier.
Oh, yeah, they definitely do. Like,
Yeah.
even in subtle ways. Even if it's not like a huge, like, oh, you got the job because you're prettier looking. It could just be like, oh, we didn't stab him because
Yeah.
he's not
No,
ugly.
I mean, honestly, like
Yeah.
there are things like, oh, there's no way it could have been you that did this
Yeah.
bad thing.
Because you're,
You're too good looking.
yeah,
to
you
be
don't
that
look
crazy.
like one of those people.
Yeah.
Like
One
that
of
kind
those
thing.
people.
Yeah, it
But, like,
happens.
Because when you think about it, like, oh, delinquents almost always
Us.
are bad.
D-gen hours.
Yeah,
Sorry, did I cut off your sentence? Or was
Nah,
that it?
nah.
Okay.
We got it.
it's more like a realization.
Oh.
Wow, we are D-gen.
Us?
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
It's fate.
It's all linked. Ugly people are criminals.
Yeah, so growing up both ugly. Wait,
The crime is being.
I just realized what you said. You're put in jail for being ugly. I was gonna say yeah. So it's fortunate growing up poor and ugly.
And ugly.
Wait,
I don't think.
I'm grateful for growing up poor and ugly. So I understand the value of life.
And that totally makes everything better.
So next topic.
That was it. That's all I
That's
have.
all you got.
Thanks for listening.
Actually, I was thinking about this the other day.
Uh-huh.
Was my sister, like I've been broke for a bit now, and I was thinking about when was the last time I've been this broke, and it was high school
Right.
because I
We
didn't have a job in
work,
high
yeah.
school. But before that, we haven't been like broke since like Ty was really young. Before we moved to Kisco, we lived in Peekskill, and we lived in like a family house's basement. It was a one-room thing. It had a washer and dryer, a little kitchen, and then we used the bathroom upstairs. And then when we moved here, you know, it's still a pretty shitty place. If you've been to my house, you'll see. It's not well put together, but it's still better than what we had. And
You have actual rooms.
yeah,
which is, you know.
yeah, rather than one room with a kitchen in it or a faucet in it. So whenever I think about that, I'm like, maybe like, you know, it's not
Maybe it's
as
so
bad.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still miss having money, but you know,
Yeah.
it's whatever. Even the fact that, because I was thinking about this because I had to ask my dad for money the other day,
Yeah.
and I hate doing that shit. But it's better that I can ask for money, and he's like, yeah, here you go, rather than I ask for money and he's like, I don't have money for me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
because that shit hoits. It hoits real bad.
Yeah, and it really, every time I go back to the Philippines, it really puts everything into perspective of
God.
how fucking broke they are.
Yeah.
And I'm just there with just like a $1 bill. They're like, oh my God, that's so much money. I'm
Dude,
like,
we could
"Oh."
eat for weeks off this.
Yeah. I mean, it makes me appreciative of like what I can make here,
Mm.
but also at the same time, I get a little like I don't want to use the word triggered, but like when I go back home to the Philippines and then they're like,
give me money.
yeah, they're like, give me money all the time. And I'm like, I'm trying to just live back in America. If it was easier for me to get money in America and it's a lot over here, can you imagine how much more expensive it is to live back home in America?
Yeah.
Even though our, minimum wage is still trash.
Yeah.
But that's just the thing. Going back home.
I remember coming to the realization that minimum wage is livable in like every other country except here.
Yeah,
it's fucking nuts.
Well, yeah, it also depends where in the country you live. Because like if you get paid, what's the minimum wage now? It's like 15 something.
I want to say like 15, 14.
In the city it's 15.
15 for minimum. Up here it's like 12 or something like that. 12
Okay.
or 15.
I didn't know it changes for region of the state. I thought it was the whole state.
It's New York City versus the rest of
the state. Yeah.
the state.
Oh
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, New York City is a lot more. I mean, just overall, like it's just more expensive to
just
be
to
living.
be there.
Yeah, just to just breathe there.
Yeah. You walk outside and it's already 200 out of your wallet.
Yep. Right, Warren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people do the calculations, like if you buy lunch every day, if you like work in the city, it like adds up to like what was it, like $500 a month extra just for food. Because like unless you're like getting dollar menu stuff every day, like around like a typical price would be like $8 to $10. So if like you get $10 meal every day, so that's 5 days a week, that's $50 already, and then 4 weeks in a month usually around there.
That's the whole bill.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a lot of money. Yeah.
I always love to see like rich people like assume how much broker people make a year. I saw a tweet the other day that was like, if you make, I want to say they said 80 grand a year, then you shouldn't be complaining about,
that's
how
like
how hard it is to get by off living.
Oh.
And I'm like, I wish I made 80 grand a year.
Yeah.
When I was working, I made 30 grand a year, but also I was part-time.
Yeah, it's only weekends.
But even if I wasn't part-time, I would not make 80 grand a year.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's the term people say. They're like, once you hit 70, 80 grand, that's kind of like you have to be like really, what's the word? Just materialistic to be needing more than that. But most of the time, people that are making more than 70 to 80 grand on their own, it's like that's no sign of more happiness. Like, once you hit 70, 80 grand, that's just, in order to find more happiness, I guess, it's just more of a personal thing than it is like a monetary thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I would like to make that much and then figure it out on my own.
Yeah. It's like, I have the money problem and the happiness problem. If I didn't have the money problem, at least I only got to worry about the other thing.
Right.
Yeah, but then there's the common misconception that once you have money, you'll find happiness.
Oh, yeah, of course. I know that shit's not going to happen. But at least I don't have to worry about the money.
Right, right. Yeah. It's just one less thing to worry about to build up to that happiness type of thing. Yeah. Like the example of Robin Williams is always brought up, how he was famous, well loved, had lots of money, but he still killed himself because of depression type of thing. But like, yeah, even if you keep buying all the most expensive cars, giant house, all the most expensive gadgets and such, it's still not gonna like. Well, it might bring you joy, but like
temporary.
Temporary thing. Like I've heard commonly that like people buy like a brand new like house and they're like, yeah, this is awesome, and then like a year later they're like, I'm empty again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Chance the Rapper was talking about that. He moved to LA and he was like, I'm going back to Chicago. I miss that place.
Oh really? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, even though Chicago will probably walk outside and get stabbed, but I mean, it's home.
There's the happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stabbed.
Oh God. I miss feeling like I'm gonna get
I miss
stabbed.
the rush. Every time I walk outside, it's like I've jogged out the first step of my house.
that constant adrenaline rush
I love
of just
sedentary
walking down the
exercise.
street.
Will they or won't they rob me?
And oh shoot, I forgot what I was gonna say. I keep doing that today. And when you even if you make like a decent amount of money, like the living expenses of living in New York will still add up by a lot.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, especially where you decide to live. If it's like a midtown apartment, like you could find like a fucking $5,000 a month like studio apartment, and you're like, some people will be like, oh, that's so cheap, I'll buy that, and then most normal people will be like, bitch, what?
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Did you say buy?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's people that like even like own those like multi-million-dollar just apartments. That's just a studio apartment.
Last time I was in the city, I was thinking about, imagine owning like one of those huge buildings that like companies rent
building?
out to
Word.
like a floor or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Then you're set forever.
you don't even have to live in there.
Yeah, you
could
just have
basically rent out the whole thing, and then you're set. Like you could live somewhere else. It pays all your bills as long as you keep it maintained.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're solid.
Yeah, and like, who are those like 3 or 4 powerhouses of New York that like when New York was still growing, it was like Rockefeller, Carnegie,
Like big oil people.
yeah, all those big people,
Yeah.
like all of them that own like sections of buildings
Yeah.
and just monopolize the city.
And that's basically.
Yeah, anyone in their family,
Yeah,
It's
dude, that
crazy.
the whole Rockefeller family is set for eternity.
Yeah.
Same with not Kevin Feige. Why did I think that was his name?
Kennedy?
The guy who owns Amazon.
Oh, Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
That family is gonna be rich until the world ends.
Unless they get all arrested.
I mean,
Maybe.
but he doesn't even have any kids though, right?
He has a wife.
Yeah, I know. Well, not anymore.
Ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean
And she's also set for eternity.
'Cause
Yeah,
if
right.
Even if
Yep.
he fully divorced her and she gets half the equity, that's
I
he
think-
still has so much more
I'm pretty
money.
sure
I
she
think
said she didn't
she'd-
want half either. She just
she-
wanted like a little bit.
Yeah, even I think it was after divorce. She's still named like the 4th richest woman in the
Yeah.
planet or some shit.
Yeah.
When a little bit of someone else's fortune makes you the 4th richest woman on the planet,
That
means it wasn't a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, you ever see that Twitter video? It was like putting the comparison of Jeff Bezos' riches in like terms of grains of rice or type of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah,
He,
that
counts every single.
yeah, that thing is crazy. It's like 1 grain of rice is like $100,000 or something, and then he showed like how much a million was, and then he showed like a giant fucking pile of how much Jeff
Yeah.
Bezos is worth.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Like I never like really think about it. It's really much better to see a visualization of how much it is really. And I heard this argument on the other podcast. But do you guys think billionaires should exist?
I don't think there should be a limit to saying like, oh, you can only.
Yeah.
make this.
I think poor people shouldn't exist. Is what I think.
Yeah,
And I don't mean that as in kill all the poor people.
Oh,
You
that's
I
do
mean
mean
like
that, Jay. Don't lie.
I mean like society is in a place now where there is no reason why anyone should be out living on the streets.
Yeah, for sure.
There's literally absolutely no reason, and it's just ridiculous to me to see when I go to the city and just homeless people everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, there's no fucking way that we can't sustain living for these people
Yeah.
at all.
Even if it's just like a small like shack, even
Yeah.
like keeping them from being outside in the rain, type of thing. Yeah.
Fucking crazy. And then when we do have facilities for them, they're poorly funded.
Yeah.
They have like 0 staff. Any workers there are volunteers.
they treat even the people going in there for the benefits like
Like
Shit.
shit. Yeah.
So it's just kind of like why have we let our I don't know I don't know what it's like in other countries, and how they treat things. I know it's probably going to be somewhat similar, but I don't understand why we let it get to this point. 'Cause like having all these kind of shit problems, it's like we could have done something.
It's ridiculous.
About this. Yeah, we could have done something about this. If someone, I'm not saying like, yo, Jeff Bezos, like literally drop all the money you earned, quote unquote, earned, you know, and you know, help the rest of us. I'm not necessarily saying that, but I'm saying like, I feel like there's a sense of obligation when you control all this money and you're not.
I just imagine having all the money that man has, looking at society and being like, "This is all right. This is fine. I'm good with this."
Yeah.
What the fuck is he gonna do with what is it, like $800 billion or some shit like that?
Something.
What does one person need all that for?
Yeah, I don't know. And like, I wonder how he feels like if he's walking on the street of like New York City or something and sees a homeless guy. He's just like completely like,
this is fine.
Yeah, like and like if he gets asked for change, he might not carry ones or something, but
he might not carry money.
Yeah, he might not carry bills in general.
Here's Bitcoin.
He flips him a Bitcoin.
Here's some share of my stock. But yeah, I wonder if like, I mean, there are some billionaires that are philanthropists. I don't know what Jeff Bezos does, but I know Bill Gates has
hordes. I guess
like he has a lot of charities and such that he runs and like helps fundraise and such.
But isn't Bill Gates also the guy that was it Bill Gates that he couldn't tell the price of things?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because he's just so out of the loop with buying things.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, because he probably I mean that's ridiculous how like. For anyone who has no idea what we're talking about, there was like a video of Bill Gates. I don't know if he was on a show or anything, but he just like interviewed or something. But he was asked what he thinks the price of like basic items are, like laundry detergent, like
Tide Pods.
Yeah, Tide Pods, paper towel rolls, or like a cheeseburger or something. And then he goes to Tide Pods. He's like, I don't know, like $2.95 or something. And he's like, no, it's $5. And he's like, what? Well, I don't even know if it's $5 or whatever. But yeah. Either way, he got all of them wrong.
I think for
much.
Toilet paper, like a pack of toilet paper, he said it was like, like $2. I'm like, no. No.
Maybe
it was funny because he either really underpriced things or he really overpriced things. There was no like, it was kind of close. Yeah.
I've always wanted to know how I'd do on like the Price is Right.
I'd do horrible.
I'm pretty sure I would do terribly too, but like. I don't know. I don't think I'd be too far off.
I'd be that one asshole who does like someone does $60, I do 60 $99 or something.
I feel like I could only do food. Like that would be the only thing I had a grasp.
I wouldn't be able to do food because like there might be like a tiny scallop on a plate and that's worth like $800. I'm like, bitch, why?
No. I like grocery store.
Okay.
Price food.
I thought you meant like dishes.
You would go to a store and purchase ingredients, kind of stuff. But when it comes to
yeah, but I don't know. Sometimes when I'm at a grocery store, I'm still like astounded by either how cheap or expensive something is. Like when I was at Stop and Shop yesterday, or that was yesterday for getting stuff for tacos. I got a whole like bundle of cilantro for like $1. I'm like, wait, and then there's a whole thing above it of like pre-chopped cilantro that was $4. I'm like,
that's usually how it is.
I'm like, this is significantly more, like in, like volume, I guess. Yeah, volume than this, and it's significantly cheaper. I'm like, I don't understand what's
produce.
What the difference is.
You're paying for labor.
Yeah, I know.
I
know that's ridiculous.
Produce is usually like untaxed and very cheap, but like if you want it like pre-made or like
something to it.
Like mushrooms.
Yeah,
it's
if you
always
get the sliced
5
ones.
for
2 for $5.
It's usually 3 for $5.
3 for $5.
3 for $5. But if you want to get them like in the jars or whatever,
it's like
the small jars, it's already $5 just for one jar.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yep. Because they're already chopped and they're
that's true.
Pickled.
They're just ready for you to just pour into a pan.
Yeah.
Yep. And there were 2 different types of avocados right next to each other. One was 2 for $5, and then one was like $1 for $5. I'm like, what the hell?
Yep.
I'm like,
premium
just like
avocado.
the different types of avocados can just be it's like such a large difference. It's crazy.
Also in season and out of season fruit and vegetables and shit.
But I mean, like when it comes to that, I think it's kind of reasonable because they actually do taste different.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, there's not many of them left.
Yeah. They're like,
especially since like you can only just grow certain things in like tropic climates.
Mm-hmm.
So it's harder to find places to grow during the winter seasons.
Yeah.
And if they still want to try to sell the same amount, they have to export it from somewhere else in the country or country in the world.
Yeah. Right. And just speaking about that, like even right now, it's kind of crazy just how importing stuff and exporting stuff. What with, to make it all for full circle, the coronavirus.
Oh yeah.
Yo, China is just like, we ain't having this shit. If you gonna mess with us like this, we're not gonna be shipping anything to you guys, and that's gonna impact.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
the
been
economy.
Especially with the artist community.
Yeah,
I see it online a lot. So whenever like I get my prints and stuff, I get it done in America.
Mm-hmm.
But most people that like when they want pins or like stickers or something done, they usually get them from China or Korea or something.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are just like, well, everything that I've ordered in the past month can't get here because of coronavirus has everything shut down.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. All the airports and stuff. But like it's crazy how many precautions that the world is taking, but also how little precautions they're taking at the same time. Like I saw a tweet of a reporter that was in Milan, which was like the epicenter of Italy for the outbreak of corona, who came back to JFK and they had no checks on him whatsoever in the slightest bit. Not even like, see, are you sick type of thing, or like even checking if they were tested positive. But then they're also like canceling flights everywhere, canceling events, and it's just like a mixed match of
like, why are you doing these things versus not doing these other things?
Yeah. And like going back to getting packages from China, I saw an article saying like things to worry about and not worry about. Like, should I open things like packages or like envelopes from China? They're like, yes, go for it, because the virus is not going to live that long in that enclosed space. So you don't have to worry about that. And then it also brings out the, I guess, like inner racism of the world. It's going back to that.
I've seen so many videos in the past week of just people wailing on Asian people
I know.
Who have just like blinked wrong.
Yeah. No, I think they looked at you funny.
I think it was last night or this morning, or like really early in the morning, some guy got stabbed in New York City.
Jesus
just for
Christ.
being Asian?
Yeah, and like, I don't know if he's dead or something like that, but he was rushed to the hospital and he got stabbed a lot. And he also got stabbed like somewhere near the chest.
Oh my God.
Holy.
And like the news outlets aren't helping either, because like when they report a new case in like some random place, they just take a picture of some Asian person in front of a store. I'm like, come on, what the fuck?
First case of Manhattan coronavirus, a fucking Asian dude in Queens with a mask on.
Yeah.
But
actually, like, what?
But actually, it's a Jewish person.
The person who contracted it was some Jewish guy,
a Jewish lady.
Who went to Iran or something.
Yeah. Like that. And then, so the first picture they put is of some Asian dude wearing a mask in Flushing. And everyone's like, hello, what the fuck? And then, it's just like, it's so funny. Well, like, obviously the memes will come out of it, so people, like, will try to make the light side of it. So, like, people are like, Asian brethren, cough on your fellow.
If you want a seat on the bus, just cough.
Yeah, just cough, and people will freak out.
Or you'll get jumped, whichever.
Yeah. And, like, even if, like, I'm obviously like it's still already common in like Asian cultures before the coronavirus to wear masks, just in case like you're sick or whatever, just to not spread your cold to other people, like being considerate. And then, but now when people see Asians wearing a mask, they're trying to be considerate to not spread it, but they're like, oh, get this dirty chink away from me. This person like has coronavirus.
I also read a thing the other day and was told by an actual medical professional that masks don't actually help you not get it.
Yeah. The masks are only helpful to help spread it. Rather than
if you have it,
get it,
then wear a mask.
Yeah.
Because then it'll help you not spread it.
Yeah.
But if you don't have it, wearing a mask doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And buying all the masks out or just making it harder for hospitals and like other people, like medical professionals who actually need the masks to not be able to access it.
Yeah. Like, so my what do you call it? My professor at school, he actually bought like some of the students some of the masks, but like he chose to give his like some of his favorite students like the more expensive ones.
Damn.
It's also just because like he
like,
knows
hey,
that
you have an A. Here's the good mask.
no, like he knows some of the most of the people in my mechanic school. It's just gonna like go over their head, not gonna take it seriously. But he knows like his best students are the ones that will actually
Pay attention. Yeah.
and be careful about like actually washing
know their stuff. Yeah.
Keep my ear to the street.
Like he was telling me because he got me one of the masks and he goes like, yeah, I luckily it's a good thing I got this like a long time ago because I was paying attention to this because before this you could probably get this expensive one for maybe like $10-12 and now it's if you were trying to buy one it's like $80.
Yeah, it's insane how much the price of masks skyrocketed, and along with hand sanitizer.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just go to CVS, try to get
toilet
like
paper.
And toilet paper.
Toilet
Oh
paper.
yeah,
Like, trying to get toilet paper online is fucking chaos.
Wait, why toilet paper though?
I don't fucking know. Apparently, when you're sick, you eat toilet paper or some shit because everyone's just buying the fuck out of toilet paper online.
What?
I don't understand.
Hand sanitizer and mask, I understand, but why the fuck toilet paper? It's not like you're shitting bricks when you get coronavirus.
No, dude.
There's no more toilet paper in Japan.
Like legit?
You can't buy it.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know,
Can't
dude.
buy it.
I'm so confused. What?
Maybe it's for the people that are like holding themselves in home, and
Yeah.
they're just like, oh, I don't want to leave the house, so I'm just. I don't know, man. They
All
just
right.
can't-
What the
Let
fuck?
me
That's so stupid.
Dude.
confirm, but
Panic or like the
People are preparing for like an apocalypse.
yeah. So this isn't even that bad, right?
Yeah.
If you in the grand scheme of things, this isn't that bad.
Right.
Imagine if something actually really bad was going on right now.
Yeah.
We'd be so fucked.
Yeah.
It would be unbelievable.
Yeah, because there's a common argument of like how many people have died like for like 50 years from the normal flu, and like now like there's a new epidemic that people are saying.
Also, last year 30,000 people died from the normal flu.
Right, exactly.
Last year,
Yeah,
just in 1 year.
yeah.
This year for coronavirus, like 6 people died so far or some shit like that?
I think I don't know where. I want to say just like for U.S. at least. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know the
that's-
numbers, but yeah.
That's light work. When it starts to get to like
Yeah.
tens of thousands, then we should be as panicked as we are right
Yeah.
now. But like, I wish if you're gonna be this panicked about this disease, you should be panicked about the other disease that's also doing
Yeah.
the same shit
Yeah.
that this is doing, but worse, and has been around for much longer. Instead, we got anti-vax motherfuckers out here trying to spread the word of science, anti-sciencism, or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck is wrong with them.
I saw this thing that goes, it's like, yo, all y'all people are worried about this coronavirus, and y'all like, oh wow, now I'm gonna wash my hands, but like. Even just a few years ago, none of y'all wanted to wear condoms because of all these STDs. And it's like, oh.
They right?
It's so nasty to think that people are only now starting to wash their hands. Like, motherfucker, why did you wash your hands before? You nasty ass. Jesus Christ. Like, I understand not washing your hands for like 20 to 40 seconds, what that they like suggest now. For like, fine, that's understandable. But like, not washing your hands at all, like. There have been many times where I'm in a public bathroom, someone finished up in a urinal, they turn the sink on, rinse their hand, like put their hand in the water and walk out. I'm like, come on.
I will admit, sometimes the sink that I'm at in public is just so fucking gross. I'm like, I feel like
I'm going to get more dirty.
yeah, I'll
from
get
touching
dirtier
this thing.
if I
Right.
touch this sink. But other than that, I'm fucking washing my hands. That shit's gross.
Yeah, there are at least some times where like on the MTA trains, like the sinks, there are sinks, but like sometimes they're like a little wonky. But they always have hand sanitizer, so
Mhm.
at least it's something. It's better than nothing.
Yeah. That's why, like, even I'm glad I got this habit from Tiffany when we were together, but like, just buying hand sanitizer and keeping it in my bag or something
Yeah.
like that has been just a fucking blessing all the time. Because I'm like, I knew it was, like things were dirty before,
Yeah.
but now the fact that I'm hearing people, I'm like, no, you got to really wash your hands. I was like, what were you you doing before?
Yeah, but like, were you not washing your hands before?
Were you just spitting on your hands and rubbing it together?
Yeah. Or like my biggest pet peeve is when people sneeze into their fucking hands and they don't even wipe it on anything. They just go back to doing whatever the fuck they're doing.
All right, so a cough, I was like, all right, I can understand if a cough gets you by like surprise or something. Sometimes I'll be like, like I didn't realize I was about to cough, but a sneeze, you feel that shit coming.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell you should be sneezing into your hand, you fucking animal.
Yeah.
I see that shit so much in public, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah. The person that
so I'm going to rob him.
Yeah.
Because he a nasty fuck.
The person who sits next to me at work does that all the time. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you nasty ass. I don't say it, obviously. I just like.
So we're going to rob him.
Did you see that news report? I think it was like a senator or something.
The lady broadcast talking about. Yeah, that was so fucking funny.
And it's like we have to make sure not to touch our hands to our faces or anything like that. And in the background, this woman just like.
Yeah.
She also licked her finger.
Yeah, to turn the page. Yeah. She was like, make sure you avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth at all times because of this epidemic that we have at our hands. Licks her finger, turns the page, and like wipes her or scratches her eye or something. I'm like,
After this report.
Like I know Joseph was saying this yesterday, but like, I just did it. Have you guys ever actually tried stop touching your eyes, nose, or mouth?
Absolutely not.
I tried doing it like for like a little bit. It's actually pretty hard because like you just get a random scratch. Or
you're just like,
oh wait, you're like, fuck.
Now my nose is gonna be itchy for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like for me, out of habit, I wouldn't at least what's this word? Hand like skin to skin kind of thing. It would be more like it would be my shirt on my eye or something.
Oh yeah,
like that.
Okay.
Or like I'd get a tissue and I would do that. But I think that's just out of habit because I would always scratch my eye with my nail or something like that. I'm like, ow.
Damn, Juan. Juan's out here like, my eyes itchy.
You know that people are like, wow, I'm itchy, but I'm not supposed to scratch it, so I'm gonna go,
oh yeah, just slap the fuck out of it.
Same thing except with the eye.
That's what you do with braids. When you get new braids, you pat your head.
Oh really? Because it's too tight?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Or you don't want to fuck it up because
right.
it's new, so you just pat your head.
Oh yeah. Huh. Never. I didn't know that one.
Yeah. And I gave up on that years ago because fuck it, my head's itchy. I'm scratching that shit.
Yeah. And I know like with this virus and shit, you're not supposed to give people handshakes now.
Man,
yeah, like you're like people either doing like an elbow bump type of thing, or like a foot five type of thing.
Oh, I like the foot five.
I like the foot five. You just
like the foot
like
fives.
you just like slightly tap your foot to each other. Not soul to soul
I did not
foot
know
five.
That. I didn't know that one.
It's like
foot
hey,
fives?
Yo, high five. No, it's more of like a. It's like more of like a. Give me your other foot. Your other foot. It's more of like a this. This it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just
it's just like they
both
side the
standing.
foot to each other. Yeah. And it's just so funny just how much we're trying to avoid contact with each other now.
When I was trying to do it a long time ago.
Yeah. And a lot of offices are, I think I said this already, they're mandating their workers from to work from home for like certain amount of period of time if they've traveled
Oh my God.
if they travel to whatever countries have been like marked by the CDC as like the biggest countries with all the viruses and shit.
Yep.
And like even my office like emailed all of us to like, if you've been to all these countries, please email HR right now and go home. And self quarantine yourself for 14 days to make sure you don't have anything. And if you're fine, then after that you could come back.
Yeah.
And then go ahead. Because then they're saying even if you're planning to travel outside of the country, in any sort for business or personal reasons, you have to email HR to let us know, even if it's not one of these listed countries. So I'm like, all right, fuck. Since I'm going to Philippines next month, I have to tell them that I might not come back.
Oh. Yeah. But
I was gonna say just like Claude.
Yeah, he's still there.
He's staying there. Goodbye. No. My professor, he went to go get tested just to confirm that he doesn't have it and stuff like that, because he knew like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend kind of feel or situation. He was like, oh, they had connections with the person who was the New Rochelle guy.
I knew
like
this
that.
guy who knew this guy
Yeah.
who knew this guy who knew this guy
So-
Who dated this guy?
Yeah. So he went to go get tested, and when he came back and showed like all of us in class, he's like, sadly, I don't have it, so I can't just stay home from work. He was like, I was trying to get quarantined, but I guess I can't.
Just trying to get this sick pay.
I guess I can't self-quarantine when I don't actually have it.
And it's funny since a lot of offices are trying to force their workers to work from home. A lot of their infrastructure and like their servers are not prepared to have all these people working from home at the same time. So
it's super slow.
yeah, so like everyone's like, all right, we can only send batches at home at once to test our like server strength and like make sure our shit doesn't blow up from all these people working remote at the same time. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like like I know some people in my building are like already sending people home like on certain days just to like test.
Why are they sending you home
I don't
2
know.
days on the opposite ends of the week?
Yeah, I don't know how it works, but yeah, it's weird. It's
Not the whole week to make sure you don't have anything.
No, it's not. It's testing the strength of the servers.
Oh, that's why
So,
they're
yeah,
sending you?
that
Okay.
type of thing. Yeah, to prepare.
I thought it
for-
was like,
No.
go self-quarantine for
No.
a day at the beginning of the week and the day at the end of the week.
No,
like,
no.
What?
Yeah, it's to like test the server strength and such.
You might not have it this day, but you might have it this day. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's like a good, or like a way to deal with it for the people that actually still have to work and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like a lot of people like are just like paranoid to just go in public in general now. Like a lot of people are just afraid to go grocery shopping.
Why are you calling me out like this?
Jay, that
You're
was you
not though.
That was you before.
That's what I'm saying. it has nothing to do with coronavirus. I'm
Like yeah, people are just scared to go to like grocery stores, go to the bank, go to a mall because like
have you been to Target?
anyone. No, not recently. Not since the corona shit. Why is
Dude,
it like completely empty now?
It's just people with gloves and masks on
Actually?
searching for shit.
Damn.
Yeah. It's
Um,
crazy.
I went to a Japanese deli the other day, and all the workers were wearing masks. I was like,
Should I be concerned?
yeah. Like when I was walking there with my coworker, he was like, imagine if they're wearing masks, and we walk in, he's like, oh fuck, I was right.
Imagine they're all wearing shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I just going back to the mask thing. I just like hope people, non-Asian people who get sick, can wear masks. Start wearing masks too. To one, not spread the virus, obviously, or not even if it's corona, just their sickness and shit.
Yeah.
And two, other people will not only hate on
Yeah.
Asian people for wearing
It'll
masks.
stop being a
Yeah.
only Asian thing.
Yeah. And going back to the like work from home thing, I've always wanted to know what it feels like to be stuck in your house, like I guess like house arrest type of thing for like a certain amount of time and see how crazy I would go type of thing.
Like how long it would take you to get cabin fever?
Yeah,
kind of
cabin
Cabin
fever
fe-
type
yeah.
of thing. It haven't been it's been a while. I haven't been where I've been home for like home and not literally not left my house for like maybe like 2 days max. But like when you're like, I know a lot of people are like, fuck, I don't know what I would do from home like for this amount of days. And me, and like all of us were like, well, I have this crazy long list of backlog games
Yeah.
that I could just grind through, and then all these movies that I
Yeah.
want to watch, and all these animes
these
and
shows
shit.
and
So
shit.
like all of us are set.
Yeah.
But then most people are like, I don't fucking know what to do.
I feel like as long as I can open my door and at least walk around my house, kind of
Yeah,
feel
yeah.
like just see the sun, then that's okay. Just 'cause like it gets stuffy in my house, and even if you open the windows, it's not the.
Yeah.
It doesn't do
It's not
get
the
the job
same.
done. Yeah.
But like if I walk outside and like breathe, and I'm like, okay, time to go back inside.
All right, it's been 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You
No,
you
it's
open
only
up
been 5
you open
seconds.
up the front door. Okay, back to video games.
Well, speaking of no daylight, I have vitamin D deficiency. If nobody knew that.
I knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that a long time
Yeah.
ago, Jay.
It's because I don't go outside.
That's what most people who have vitamin D deficiency get it for.
My
that
doctor
reason.
was like, "So, do you like not leave the house?" I'm like, "How did you know?" She was like, "Your vitamin D is extremely low. You should probably start taking supplements."
Yeah, supplements.
And
yeah.
I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
She figured me out.
Yeah. A lot of people have vitamin D deficiency because like either there's just constant grinder work or they're just like
Or they're
cave dwellers.
Hey, what's up? My name is Jay.
But yeah, that's a common thing that runs in my family too. It's like a mix of not going outside and just I get
Bad genes.
it might be
Yeah.
a genes thing. But yeah, I've always like especially after the movie Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf where he's on house arrest.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that movie.
Yeah,
That was the only horror movie I could sit through.
because it wasn't actually scary.
it wasn't scary at all.
It was just like
It was
more
just
of like a
Weird.
funny thriller
Yeah.
type of thing. It was like not even comedic funny. It was just like I already could tell what's happening
Yeah.
type of thing, so I could make a joke out of it.
I also love Shia LaBeouf. So
Yeah, he's pretty
I
okay.
watched that movie for him.
Sure.
But yeah, I was just gonna say like that made me think of how I would be in house arrest, or I guess in this scenario, self quarantine. But yeah, I think it'd be pretty okay. Like Juan was saying, as long as you could just stick your head out the
Yeah.
door for like a bit, then
Yeah.
should be okay.
Yeah, honestly, if I could open my window and just stick my head out, and it would like
Stick your head
So
out.
Damn good. So this is Earth. Nice.
Shit's overrated. Get back in your house.
That's my daily intake. Okay, back inside.
Or yeah, you just sit outside with a wireless controller, so you
Yeah.
get your vitamin D.
I should do that.
Can you do that?
Yeah, I got a Switch.
Not true. Yeah,
Yeah.
just sit under. I was gonna say sit under a tree, away
That
from the
doesn't
sun.
help.
Yeah.
Imagine you're fortunate enough to where you can have a what do you call it? An outdoor screen, and you could just play outside.
Or you could just get a. I mean, I've seen that before, where people just get a long ass
Or
projector or long ass extension cord, and just play in their yard. I've seen that a few times.
I always thought about what if they did like a gaming tournament outdoors, but that probably wouldn't work during the day because of like glare and
Can't
shit.
see anything.
Yeah.
It depends what game it is. For Smash, it wouldn't be an issue because all those colors are bright as fuck.
I mean,
Yeah, but like sun glare, like on the screen.
there's also
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah,
tents.
What?
Tent.
tent.
Oh, a tent. Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah.
That'd be really hard to manage.
Yeah.
Eh,
So let's not do it ever.
Well, I mean, it's got nothing to do with me. I ain't doing shit.
yeah.
We got lucky the fact that people were, or what do we call it? The Mancuso movie theater was able to. Who was it that did it?
Emily and Andrew.
Oh, okay, cool. They were there for like ever, so.
Yeah, because they were both managers of the theater,
Yeah.
so they were able to run the Smash Bros tournament there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
That's
that.
never ever gonna happen again.
Yeah.
No, that was cool though. Except it was so fucking laggy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, 'cause
Damn.
it was off of Wavebird, and
oh god.
and it was Melee still, so it was like on the crazy. It was on the projector all the way in the back, but people who were
Oh,
playing
shit.
were in the seats, so it was so laggy. But
Damn.
yeah, yeah, coronavirus. Oh, also,
Yeah, coronavirus.
Oh.
you hear that like there's like a poll that like 38% of people aren't buying coronavirus now. Corona
Yeah, the
beer.
drink.
Yeah. And then there are a lot of people like debating though, like either one, people are people really stupid enough to think that coronavirus is associated with Corona the beer, and like it's either that or people just don't like Corona the beer itself.
Both.
They finally have an excuse.
Yeah, they find it's either like a mixture of no, I don't want to get coronavirus, so like people are just that dense,
Yeah.
or like no, Corona's just gross type of thing.
And our president thinks it's a hoax.
Yeah, I mean,
God.
Fucking dumbass.
it is fake though. It's just a fundraiser for money.
I too am stupid. I almost said the R word, but I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not just gonna try to make you say it.
I too am.
I'm like, what?
I too am Tam.
Ah, damn, I forgot about that.
I track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that your knee?
No, my elbow.
Why did you stand up for that?
I wanted to stand up.
Okay.
Yeah. Coronavirus is a thing.
It sucks.
So, well, this is probably your best place to keep updated on the all things coronavirus.
I mean,
related.
compared to everything else I see out there, it might be one of your better ones, honestly. Shit, dude. I be seeing arguments on Twitter like alcohol-based hand sanitizer actually doesn't kill any of the coronavirus shit, and then I see someone else who's like, I'm an actual doctor, and this fucking person is lying their ass off.
Yeah.
They have no clue what the fuck they're
I
talking
love
about.
seeing those Twitter threads where people are just like, I am an actual medical professional,
Yeah.
and he is saying nothing accurate.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like, don't listen to anything this guy just said. It's all completely wrong.
Yeah.
Like when people are like that, they're like, oh, this whatever sanitizing thing doesn't work. I just want to be like, okay, go look for the person that has coronavirus. I want them to cough on you. I want them to cough on your hands, and then I want you to put your hands in your mouth. Let's see what happens.
Let's see who's really fibbing, bitch.
Like those anti-vax people. That's like the exact.
Yeah. Talking to you, Blake Lively. Fuck you.
She's so.
Is she an anti-vaxxer?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's okay. She's so pretty that
No,
if
it's
she
not. It's not
dies-
okay.
Oh, so she died.
Well,
And
she's
I'm,
not going
I'm
to die.
sad at you, Justin Timberlake. Get your wife in check. The fuck is wrong
it's
with you?
Ryan Reynolds.
Is it Ryan Reynolds?
It's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
No, wait. I said the wrong person.
You said
It's not Blake Lively.
Okay.
It's Justin Timberlake's wife,
Jessica Biel.
Jessica Biel.
Okay, that's
She's
why
the
I was like,
anti-vaxxer. My bad. Sorry, Blake Lively. I didn't mean it.
you're really pretty. Thanks for coming to Chopped.
Stupid.
Oh, I forgot they live around here. At
Yeah.
1-1 Mount Kisco Road. Not gonna imagine.
I don't think they do anymore, though. I think they moved.
I thought that was Bruce Willis.
Oh, that might have been Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis moved?
Yeah,
I
he
think
sold
so.
his house for like some.
$6 million.
Absurd
Some
amount of
shit.
money.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess my family got lucky to see them that one time.
Yeah.
Without you.
Damn.
Just had to remind him. It was his entire family met Bruce Willis. Just
Except
not Juan.
him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who else was the old guy from Ant-Man?
Andy
lives around
Milonakis, yeah.
I mean, he used
Yes.
to, but
Yes,
like.
but he also never finished high school, but that's a different story.
Anyway,
I don't know
sorry,
what
Blake
else.
Lively. I didn't mean it. I thought you were Jessica Biel for a second. Won't happen again.
They're totally different people.
They're
They
still
both have
both
a
really
B in there.
pretty.
I know.
I actually have nothing else to say, I don't think.
Really pretty people scare me.
Pretty people
Well,
pick
it-
Peter Pan, peanut butter,
it
Peter
loops-
Pan, peanut
loops
butter.
back
is-
to
In the beginning.
pretty people being treated differently.
Yeah. See, I apologize to Blake Lively about that. I want to apologize to an ugly person
Me?
about that.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
I've been like, fuck you, Juan. Stop being an anti-vax. I know I'm wrong, but fuck you anyway.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe
Pretty privilege. It exists.
the Earth is hollow. Hello.
Did you say hollow?
Yes.
How can it be hollow if it's flat, though?
No. Hollow Earth theory, my guy.
It can be
Is that a
hollow and
thing?
flat.
This is totally for a different podcast, so we're not gonna talk about.
Hold on.
The Earth
Is-
can be flat and hollow.
Shut
still.
up.
Wait, but what?
Wait, is Hollow Earth theory an actual
Yes.
thing?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I never heard of that
Also, Inside Out Earth or some shit like that too.
What is that one?
Oh, yeah, we're on the inside.
Where
of the Earth,
we're
and
in
then,
the inside of the crust.
yeah, and then there's
And
like
there's-
the outs. Yeah.
We're just seeing in between the layers.
one? Man, people are really stupid, huh?
Yeah, they really are. they really, really are.
Okay. Well, I guess we could just end it here.
Yeah.
That was about an hour.
Wait, it's
Okay.
gonna be an hour and about.
I mean, we took a bit to start, so
You're an hour.
I still have to do the ending, Jay.
You're
All right,
an
wait, give it a
hour.
second, and then we'll do
Jay,
the ending.
You're an hour.
All right. Well, thank you for watching this episode of the Honeybee Podcast.
All
My
right.
name is Warren.
Stop it!
Wait.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening to this or watching this episode of the Honeybee Podcast. You can find us on all your favorite social medias, such as Instagram and Twitter at honeybee_pro_ and Facebook at Honeybee Productions. You can find us on your you can find us on all of your favorite podcast providers, such as SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Castbox, and many more. tune in next week where we talk about
Other
different
things.
Earth theories that exist.
You want to?
I don't know. That would be pretty fun.
All right.
That's it. I'm Warren.
And I'm Jay.
And I'm Juan.
Thank you for listening and thanks for watching.
Thanks for being.
Thanks for being.